division pill drawn, which determines how the late model or the limited sportsman feature is lined up. That number drawn out of a blind draw by Mike Rush, the fast qualifier, was a number 10. So that means he will start 10th in the sportsman feature and the 10th fast qualifier on the pole. So that's how that'll work out. And then the remainder of the field will start in straight up fashion, meaning the 11th fastest car in 11, and so on and so forth throughout the feature event later on this evening in the limited sportsman division. Okay, the lineup for the 4-car trophy dash in the limited sportsman division. On the pole in car number 02, Charlie Osborne, and alongside in 74, Ken Sward. The second row in car number 12, Don Renner, and on the tail, your fast qualifier with a time of 16.231, Mike Rush. Your 4 fastest cars, they'll go 4 laps. Osborne and Ken Sward lead the 4 of them around. Charlie Osborne out front, but Ken Sward tries to stay on the outside of Osborne. 1 lap now down. Now Sward slips back a bit. Don Renner will take up the challenge, pressuring Sward as they accept the halfway cross flags from the starter. Now Renner is second. We'll see if he'll try the outside groove on Osborne. Osborne holds on. Half a lap to go. Sounds like Renner's motor is going south. The winner will be Charlie Osborne. Second to Don Renner. Third, I believe, was Mike Rush. And fourth, Ken Sward. So that's your top 4. The only 4 as far as that goes for the Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash. On the pole in car number 5, Bob Gruball. Alongside in 27, Terry Humphrey Jr. In the second row, the black number 25 is piloted by Jim Kidd. And flanking him in 29, Bob Justice. Row number 3 consists of car 7, Mike Cyrus. And alongside car 31, Dennis Kelly. And finally, the last row, car 53, Russ Bobb. And car 44, J.D. Lease. And bringing up the tail, apparently, car 77 will start on the tail. Maybe if he gets going. That is Bob Bocook. Bocook was scheduled to start in the 7th place, but he will bring up the rear on the start. Racing laps, the first limited sportsman heat race. laps is Terry Humphrey Jr., but pressuring on the outside of Humphrey now is Bob Justice. And now Bob Justice, the leader, followed by Dennis Kelly in 31. Kelly will look to the inside of Justice down the backstretch. 3 laps down this time. Dennis Kelly, Bob Justice, Jim Kidd and Terry Humphrey Jr. go at it for that 3rd position. They'll be halfway this time. Kelly begins to put some daylight between himself and Bob Justice. Mike Cyrus almost spins in turn 3 and 4, but he holds it, keeps it together, and continues to race. Russ Bob now runs 3rd. White flag this time around. 1 lap to go for Dennis Kelly. Bob Justice is 2nd. 3rd, Russ Bob. Terry Humphrey is 4th. And the winner of the first heat race will be Dennis Kelly. Justice is 2nd. Russ Bob 3rd. Terry Humphrey Jr. finishes 4th. Dennis Kelly. That's his 2nd heat race win of 1991 here at the Speedway. Driving a 91 Lumina. This car is sponsored by Super Value. Okay, the lineup for the 2nd heat race in the Limited Sportsman Division. On the pole in car number 55, John Strobel. And alongside in car number 9, Jim Cruz. Row number 2 consists of Dick Kelly in 00, and car 73, Randy Sward. In the next row, car number 20, it's Mike Brown, and flanking him in car 10, Robin Pennington. And rounding out the 8-car heat race, Carl Stapleton in 33, and Don Hill Jr. in 0. They'll go 8 laps. To go. John Strobel pulls ahead of Cruz down entering turn 1. Now Dick Kelly will look to the inside of Strobel, but thinks better of it as they enter turn 3. Kelly dogs Strobel for that top spot. Mike Brown is 3rd, Stapleton 4th in 33. Kelly again, hard on the binders into turn 1. Three laps this time by. Mike Brown now tries the high groove. Brown in 20. Halfway that time by. Your leaders door to door for the lead. Now Kelly. 3 deep. But Strobel holds on. Mike Brown saw it coming, apparently. He moved out. Now Kelly will try it again. White flag this time. White flag. Brown spins in turn 2. The winner will be Dick Kelly. Second goes to Don Hill Jr. Finishing third and fourth were John Strobel was third, and Randy Sward finishes fourth in car 73. So the Kellys clean up on heat race action. I believe these two guys. It is Mike Ward, your fourth fast qualifier, Mike Ward, alongside in car 52 from Columbus, Ohio, car number 52, Ron Otto Jr. Inside of row number 2, your second fast qualifier in car number 21 from Miamisburg, Ohio, John Vallow. And on the tail, your fast qualifier with a time of 14.615 from New Carlisle, Ohio, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Your fastest 4 qualifiers, they'll go at it for 4 laps. The inversion pill drawn was a number 8, so there will be 8 cars inverted in the feature event. That means that Dunleavy will start 8th, and that, let's see here, the 8th fast qualifier will start on the pole. So your fastest 4 late model qualifiers go at it for 4 laps. Mike Ward, Ron Otto, John Vallow, and Dick Dunleavy. Mike Ward with the advantage down the front stretch. Otto toils on the outside. And third is Vallow. One lap complete. Vallow tries to get underneath Otto, entering 1. White flag this time. Now Vallow door to door with Otto for second. Mike Ward still the leader, and the winner will be close.
Didn't he say we always give the inside car the break?
The winner, Mike Ward. A close finish. Vallow tucked in on the inside off the 4th turn. Let's hear it for all these guys when they come by. Mike Ward the winner. John Vallow second. Ron Otto finishes third. And Dick Dunleavy comes home 4th. On the pole, in car number 13, the driver, Terry Tucker. First time out for Mr. Tucker of the night. Terry Tucker in 13, second row, or make that outside of row number 1. In car number 12, it's Denny Dean. The second row, Car number 47, it's Larry Harris from Columbus. That's Columbus, Larry Harris. And outside of Larry, in car number 4, Larry Harris from New Carlisle, Ohio. In the third row, car number 2, Gary Estes. And alongside of Estes, by the way, they will be reshuffled before we get underway here. Alongside of Estes, car number 90, Ron Freebus. Up next in car number 7, it's Bob Edwards. And finally, car 43, Wilbur Roby. So, Dorshuk was out late. So, he will start. Dorshuk all the way from the tail. Second goes to Denny Dean. Third was Ron Freebus. Dorshuk in that all Chrysler car number 0, Chrysler engine and sheet metal. Second row in car number 70, Joe Hill from Germantown, Ohio. And outside of Joe in car 49 from Columbus, Ed Duncan. Making up row number 3, car 55, Bussy Blackford. And outside in car 26, Bill Cantley. Car number 94 is next. It's the Big Bird from Darby-Dale. That's Robbie Dean. And outside in car 36, Don Wetnall. And finally, or make that in 36 is Randy Van Zant. And finally in car number 3, Don Wetnall. Cars, they'll go at it for 10 laps. The second heat race in the late model division. Humphrey squirrely in turn 1. Duncan tries to get on the binders but taps into him anyway. The leader is Dan Eves, second Joe Hill, but now challenging Hill on the outside is Blackford. 2 laps down, this time by. Now Blackford alongside Eves. Bussy Blackford, the leader, in 55. Next up to try to work their way around Dan Eves will be the Big Bird, Robbie Dean. Blackford sets sail in 55. Halfway this time. Blackford, Robbie Dean, Dan Eves, Don Wetnall, your top 4. A good battle going on for that second spot. White flag this time for Blackford. Now Robbie Dean takes over sole possession of second. The winner will be Bussy Blackford. Second to Robbie Dean. Third is Don Wetnall, and fourth, Dan Eves. On the pole in car number 12, it's Big Daddy Don Parsons. Your fourth fast qualifier. Outside third fast time, car number 66. It's Paul Baker Jr. In row number 2 on the inside, car 26, Gary Carter. And outside your fast qualifier, his time a 17.447. Dan Brown. Danny Brown in car number 2. So they'll go at it for 4 laps. Your fastest 4 qualifiers. Parsons, Baker, Carter, and Brown. And Gary Carter didn't catch the fact that the green flag was not displayed. Try it again this time. 4 cars, 4 laps. Coming up next, the first street stock heat race. Don Parsons, the early leader. Gary Carter and Paul Baker go at it for that second spot. Now Carter falls off the pace. White flag this time for Don Parsons. Paul Baker Jr. second. Third runs Danny Brown. And the winner, maybe, I better wait, in car number 12, Don Parsons. Second is Paul Baker, and third, Danny Brown. Alongside in 03, Fred Hartzell. Second row in car 23, that's Mike Taylor and car 33 outside, it's Jim McCulley. In row number 3, Clyde Trowbridge, and outside of Clyde, Herb Pennington. And finally, on the 4th row, car 41, Brian New, and in the black number 25, it's Bubba Parsons. Racing laps for those zany street stocks. Fred Hartzell the leader for a moment, but now Jim McCulley will challenge on the inside. Fred sideways. McCulley, the new leader. Herb Pennington will move up to second. Herb Pennington at 89 now up to second spot. Jim McCulley, by a wide margin, leads this heat race. Pennington is second. Now Trowbridge moves up to challenge Hartzell. Okay, now Jim McCulley breaking out. He's running much faster than his qualifying time. They're only allowed to run, I think it's a half a second faster than their qualifying time, and after that they will be disqualified from the heat race only. And so now the leader is Herb Pennington, and Fred Hartzell visits the infield, the backstretch infield. Halfway this time, Herb Pennington leader. Again, McCulley was running too much faster than his qualification time. Clyde Trowbridge now second. Brian New is third. In car 41. White flag this time. Oh, narrowly missing Tony Riley off the 4th turn. Herb Pennington takes the white flag, signifying 1 lap remaining. Clyde Trowbridge tries to track him down in second. And the winner will be Herb Pennington. Second is Clyde Trowbridge. Third, Brian New. Fourth is Bubba Parsons in 25. The street stock heat race, number 2. On the pole, in car number 90, Eric Nachman. Outside, Tom Idle. The second row, Mike Schweier in 43. And in 04, Buddy Townsend. The third row, car number 6, Bill Wellman. And car 22, that is Donald Parsons. Next up, in car number 44, it is Vaughn Brickles. Car number 77, that's Don Townsend Jr. Car 3 is Butch McAllister. And in car 27, Dave Dysinger. We understand somebody else is in the behind the controls of car 44. It is not Vaughn Brickles, so we'll have to check on the driver's change in 44. Meantime, 8 laps for the street stock second heat race. Mike Schweier, the leader. Mike Schweier in 43. Second in car 22 is Donald Parsons. Then comes Bill Wellman. And now Bill Wellman moves inside of Schweier and takes over the lead. Wellman, the leader. Cross flags halfway, this time by. Now Donald Parsons is up to second. He sets his sights on the leader, Wellman. And now Nachman spins off in turn number 2. Eric Nachman off the track. A white flag the next time by for Bill Wellman. One lap to go. And your winner in car number 6, Bill Wellman. Second goes to Donald Parsons. Third will be close. Buddy Townsend finishes third. And Mike Schweier fourth in car 43. So that's the conclusion of your preliminary events. We'll have a brief intermission and back with the first of 2 30-lap late model features immediately following intermission. Check. Again on the pole, car 49, Ed Duncan. Outside is Bussy Blackford. Second row, Bill Cantley. Check. Try this again. Not sure what the problem is. Keeps breaking up on us. It's Ed Duncan and Bussy Blackford. Second row, Bill Cantley and Robbie Dean. The third row, Mike Ward and Ron Otto Jr. John Vallow and Dick Dunleavy are next. Then comes Joe Hill and Terry Humphrey. Danny Eves and Randy Van Zant, Bobby Edwards and Ron Freebus, Gary Estes and Larry Harris. Then comes the other Larry Harris and Dave Dorshuk, Denny Dean, and I think it's Dave Tucker. Laps. The leader. They'll complete 5 laps this time. Ed Duncan in the lead. Ed Duncan, second Bussy Blackford, third Robbie Dean, and fourth Bill Cantley. For Larry Harris in 47. Leader is still Duncan. Vallow has made his way around Dunleavy. Vallow is up to 5th. Halfway. 15 laps complete. Halfway of that time by. It's still Ed Duncan, Bussy Blackford, Robbie Dean. Now Vallow makes his way around Cantley, or does he? To go, 10 laps. And the Big Bird on the move. Robbie Dean is up to second. Dean is second. Duncan outside, or Dean outside of Duncan. The new leader is Robbie Dean. Ed Duncan now second, but here comes Vallow in a hurry. Five laps to go. The leader. It's not working. Try to wiggle this connection here. Try to wiggle this connection here. Right here. On the end right here. Check. It's Robbie Dean, Ed Duncan, and John Vallow. The top three. White flag this time. The first 30-lap feature will be Robbie Dean. Second is Ed Duncan. Third, John Vallow. The winner. Let's hear it, Robbie Dean. Robbie's second feature win here at Columbus Motor Speedway in 1991. Row number 2, Mike Brown, and we understand Mike is a new grandpa this week, so congratulations to Mike Brown. And outside in car number 10, Robin Pendleton. The third row in car 33, that's Carl Stapleton, and flanking him in the car number 0, it's Zero Hill. Row 4 in 02, it's Charlie Osborne, and outside in 74, Ken Sward. Next up in car number 12, that's Donnie Renner, and outside your fast qualifier, Mike Rush. Next comes Jim Cruz in car number 9. Outside of him in car 55, that's John Strobel. Then we've got Dennis Kelly in 31, 53, Russ Bobb, 77, is Bob Bocook. Number 7, Mike Cyrus. 29, Bob Justice. 25 is Jim Kidd. 27, Terry Humphrey Jr. Car number 5, Bob Gruball. And car 44, J.D. Lease. So that's your lineup for the 30-lap limited sportsman feature. The early leader. Complete 5 laps this time. The leader is Dick Kelly. Second, Randy Sward. Third is Mike Brown. Now complete, 10 complete. time by. 15 laps complete. Dick Kelly in 00 the leader. Second is Randy Sward. Third, still Mike Brown. Fourth is Robin Pennington. To go, 10 laps. Kelly now with a sizable advantage over Randy Sward. They'll have just 5 laps to go this time, 5 laps. Humphrey Jr. brings out the yellow flag in car 27. Okay, the lineup is completed. Lineup procedure. We'll get a restart the next time around. Dick Kelly, Randy Sward, Mike Brown, Robin Pennington, Ken Sward, Zero Hill, and Mike Rush. time for Dick Kelly. Randy Sward now hot on Kelly's heels. But the winner will be Dick Kelly. Second is Randy Sward. Again, I'll try to come up with a top 10 finish in a couple of minutes and pass it along to you. Second feature win of 1991 for Dick Kelly here from the Ohio Bank Auction. He'll pick up a very nice plaque from the Ohio Bank Auction here on Ohio Bank Auction Fun Trail Vans night. Again, Dick's second feature of the 1991 season here. Here, bear with us for a minute. The lineup goes like this. Bob Edwards in 7, Joe Hill in 70. The second row, in car number 1, it's Terry Humphrey. Make that in the second row, car 36, Randy Van Zant, and car 52, Ron Otto Jr. The third row is Terry Humphrey in car number 1, and outside Dan Eves in 9. Then comes 55, Bussy Blackford, car number 26, Bill Cantley. Car 5 is Dick Dunleavy Jr. John Vallow is in 21. Car 49, that's Ed Duncan. 94, Robbie Dean. In 61, it's Mike Ward. And outside in car number 2, Gary Estes. Car number 4 is next, Larry Harris. And beside him, 90, Ron Priebus. Then comes 47, Larry Harris. Car number 3, Don Wetnall. And car number 12, Denny Dean. 30 laps, 30 racing laps. False start, as Bob Edwards had gotten a big advantage down the backstretch before they accepted the green flag. There's too many cars to be doing that with. Street stock feature immediately following this event. 30 racing laps for the late models. The leader is Joe Hill, second Bob Edwards. second. 5 laps down. But here comes Randy Van Zandt in 36. Down, 10 down. Here comes Van Zandt on the outside. For the lead, heats up. 10 laps to go. 10 laps. The leaders side by side, Joe Hill and Randy Van Zandt.
The 9 car, Rick Kenny.
Is up to third. And now Randy Van Zandt, the new leader. Joe Hill back to second. Third is Terry Humphrey. To go. go for car 36, Randy Van Zandt. Joe Hill second. Third is Terry Humphrey. Fourth, Bob Edwards. Van Zandt the leader in 36. To go. White flag for Randy Van Zandt. Joe Hill second. Terry Humphrey is third. First feature win ever here at the Speedway, Randy Van Zandt. Joe Hill finishes second. Terry Humphrey third. Bob Edwards fourth.
Oh, that one's back in there.
So let's hear it. His first feature win ever here at Columbus Motor Speedway. From Xenia, Ohio, Randy Van Zandt. Win ever here at the Speedway. An occasional racer in Columbus, Randy Van Zandt. He too will receive the accolades of victory from the Ohio Bank Auction. Hamilton and Eric Nachman comprise row number 3, followed by Tom Idle and Mike Schweier. And then comes 04 Buddy Townsend. Whoops, maybe that's not right. Let me check my... Yeah, then comes 04 Buddy Townsend and car number 6, Bill Wellman. Next up, it's 22 Donald Parsons and car number 77 Don Townsend.
04, Jim. 04, who's outside there, that little white car pointing into the bottom. He didn't see this.
The next car in line will be Jim McCauley in 33, and car number 3, that'll be Butch McAllister. Then comes 12, Big Daddy Don Parsons, and 66, Paul Baker Jr. Next of all, 26 is Gary Carter, and car number 2, Danny Brown. Then comes 25, Bubba Parsons, 28, Tony Riley, 27, Dave Dysinger, 44, we understand Vaughn Brickle's back in the 44 car, and apparently 77 will start on the tail. That's Don Townsend Jr.
Vicky Kirk.
Vicky Kirk to the Speedway office, please. Vicky Kirk to the Speedway office.
We have 2 features and I could be out of here already. Yeah.
So that is Brickles. Brickles is back in 44, is that
Yes,
the...
yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. 20, how many laps? 25? 25 laps for the street stocks. for the fluid on the racetrack. Red flag, we got fluid all over the racetrack. Down here in turns 1 and 2. So the white flag will be out this time around, and we'll get a start the next time.
By the way, I'm supposed to tell you that if you get anywhere near the
laps for the street stocks. Oh, look at him. Oh, she's wrecked. Oh, we missed it. Oh. Clyde Trowbridge, but not for long, as Mike Hamilton goes around in 24. Now Mike Hamilton the leader. Brian New is third. Mike Hamilton has broke out much faster than his qualifying time, so Hamilton is out in 24. Your new leader is Clyde Trowbridge. And now Donald Parsons moves around Trowbridge. Now it's Donald Parsons the leader. Hamilton again, much faster than his qualifying time, has been disqualified. Parsons the leader down the backstretch. Paul Baker Jr. is second. Dave Dysinger third. Jim McCauley fourth. 10 laps this time by. 10 complete. And now Dan Brown makes a move on Dysinger for third. Danny Brown up to third place. And Clyde Trowbridge with a spin in turn 4. Donald Parsons the leader. Paul Baker is second. Danny Brown third in car number 2. You can do the halfway thing next time if you want. Halfway, this time by, halfway. See Brickle. Now Clyde Trowbridge calls it quits in 69. Your leader's out there somewhere. I gotta find him. Where is he? There, where? Nope. There he is down the front stretch. 22, your leader. Donald Parsons, Paul Baker Jr. closing in 66. And car number 2, Danny Brown, is third. 10 laps to go. They'll have 9 laps this time by. Your leaders come upon lap traffic. And the new leader is Paul Baker Jr. Up to second is Danny Brown. Bubba doesn't know where he wants to be. Well, yeah. Now 2 is. And now it's Danny Brown, the new leader. Right there. 5 laps. Second is Paul Baker. Third, Donald Parsons. Dave Dysinger spins in 27. Dysinger gets moving. Yeah, buddy. Danny Brown down the backstretch. White flag this time by. Second is Paul Baker. Third, Donald Parsons. Fourth, Bill Wellman. And fifth, Gary Carter. I don't know that. And the winner here on Ohio Bank Auction, Fun Trail Vans night, it's Danny Brown. Second goes to Paul Baker. Third is Bill Wellman. A repo auction every Wednesday at the Ohio Bank Auction. The oldest and largest repo sale in Ohio. That happens every Wednesday. The repo auction on Wednesday begins at 9:30 a.m. So check out the repo auction. Danny Brown's out now. Let's hear it. Danny Brown, your winner.
Yellow.
road bar.